Check one. Hello, hello, hello.
Yo, yo, check, check. Check, check.
Yeah, we're on. Yeah, that deep fucking voice. That's great for two guys and one mic. My new podcast here. What's up, Ralph?
Hey.
It's Ralph. Hold on, I'm gonna fuck up your name. Guerra.
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 Yeah.
Because you roll the R's.
Mm-hmm.
See, I'm not very Mexican, so.
Right. No,
although I did go back to Mexico, and I feel that I got baptized again to being a Mexican.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm gonna try it again. Hey, it's Ralph Guerra. No, Fuck.
Dude, you gotta commit. Commit.
All right. Here we go. Jank says it is Ralph
Guerra.
Oh, because it's not Guerrero.
It's not. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
That's what's throwing you off.
I thought it was my favorite Dodger, Pedro Guerrero.
Oh, yeah.
But I thought you were rolling your R's for Guerrero.
No.
I can't do that one. But I could do Ralph Guerra. Ralph Guerra. Yeah. Fuck me. Can you introduce yourself?
Yeah. Hey guys, it's Ralph Guerra. We're the worst. We're getting our freaking Latino cards revoked.
What's up? Well, thanks for joining me on Janky Town, dude.
What is up?
Yeah.
The Janksters are out.
My friend Ralph happens to be a stand-up comedian, and now he's going to bring his talents to Janky Town and co-host this episode, which is episode 125.
Yeah.
So, should we start the episode now?
Let's do it.
Janky Town, hit the ground. We can get the janky poppin', that's a sound. We make your frown, go upside down. It's getting janky, we the greatest pound for pound. What up, Dave? What up, Dave? What up, bro? What up, Jankster? What up, Dave? What up, Dave? What up, bro? What up, Jankster? It's getting janky, it's getting janky, it's getting janky. I love it when we jank around. It's getting janky, it's getting janky, it's getting janky. I love it when we jank around. Janky Town.
All right, episode 125 of Janky Town, and you can find me on social media at jankytown69, and you can email us at jankytown69@gmail.com. Like I mentioned, Ralph Guerra is here.
I'm here. I'm here in the flesh.
Did I get it right?
Yeah, you did. That was good.
So it's like David Guerra, but
yeah, it is.
It's Ralph Guerra.
Yeah, exactly.
Ah, look at that.
I mean,
You're like a Mexican DJ.
I know. Yeah, exactly.
All right, man. Ralph, quickly, what's your life story?
Well, it all started.
No, I want to know when it all started. Because, like me, I know you a little bit.
Right.
And the Janksters probably don't know you at all.
Right.
So I want them to get to know you before we get into our little bullshit of Janky Town. So what's your life story, man?
So let's see. I'm born and raised here in Los Angeles. I grew up by the airport in LAX.
Westminster?
Westchester.
Westchester?
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like popping now, though, Westchester.
Yeah, dude, it's popping, man. It is crazy. I mean, the whole west side of Los Angeles that I've grown up with is just like completely different. Like, I was talking to someone, this other comedian the other day. I was like, "Do you remember when Santa Monica had gangs? Like they literally had like two gangs that would like squab with each other, and now it's like it's just a bunch of sugar fishes. Like, I feel like just like the Whole Foods are squabbing with each other. It's
Whole Foods and Trader Joe's.
Oh yeah, dude, freaking. With
Costco ruling them all.
Oh yeah, shit, dude. They're freaking the big pants in there. But yeah, I grew up in LA. Started. I knew I wanted to be a comedian when I was like 13. So high school, I was like, man, fuck this. There's no classes I'm taking. So I knew I wanted to be a comedian then. Oh, also,
what high school did you go to?
I went to Westchester and then I went to El Segundo.
Westchester's a real school, right?
Yeah.
And now it's a Topgolf, right?
Uh-huh. Yeah. They just keep turning shit into Topgolfs.
You're right.
Dude, I in high school, they put me in English as a second language.
No.
Yeah, that's true.
Really?
English is the only language I speak. I speak Spanglish, but English is like my main language.
So when you transferred, they put you into?
No, dude, I bombed a test so hard like junior year, And then senior year, I come in and they're like, I was looking at my schedule and I was like, what's ESL? And I was like, all right, I'll go to it. And then I went, and I was like, oh, English is a second language. I was looking at all the freaking foreign exchange students that were in there. Dude, but my English as a second language teacher was also my regular English teacher. So in regular English, I'm reading The Great Gatsby flawlessly. And then in my ESL class, I'm like, the dog lives in a blue house.
Wait, how did they have you in ESL and regular English?
It's
all bullshit. You take 2 English classes.
Dude.
English, I can't even fucking speak. English sucks.
Mm-hmm.
Like the class, not the language.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's debatable in the language, but the classes suck. That was one of the worst shit ever.
Yeah, it was so funny. The teacher like pretended like I wasn't even in the regular English class. Because I walked up to her, I was like, so why am I in this class? And they're like, oh, let me pull up your file. And then they go, well, apparently you read at a 2nd grade level. I was like, well, then why are you giving me Great Gatsby in the other class? Like, look me in the eyes. You know who I am.
Look at me, little puppet. No, but see, this is bullshit because these tests don't know what the fuck they're talking about in high school. You get ESL as you're reading The Great Gatsby. Yeah. I get put in, not AP English.
Right.
I was like, what the fuck? I could barely speak it.
Right.
And here I am just in AP. I was like, yeah, but I got out of that fast. I was like, the first 2 weeks, I was like, I'm not doing this fucking work. I'm going to transfer to regular English. Thank you.
Excuse me, this is too fucking hard.
Yeah, essentially, that's what I did. And you know, my mom worked in the school district, so I was like, just take me out.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Just slip your mom a 20.
I was like, I could get either B's or F's. Your choice. How proud do you want to be of me? You know, like, so.
There was, at high school, I was at a crossroads because I was like, I knew I wanted to be a comic. I was like 13. It was like, the like Dane Cook, Daniel Tosh era, like they just came on to Comedy Central Presents, and you're like, oh shit, like these guys talk about stuff that like I want to talk about. Because you like comedy before that, it was just kind of like it was like a bunch of like old East Coast New York guys like complaining about their family, and I was like, I can't really like relate to that.
Because you didn't have a family?
Yeah, I didn't have a family. And I didn't freaking love freaking Gabagool. I loved, and then I was like, I want to be a comedian, and then, but at the end of high school, I was like, I really wanted to join the Air Force, because I was at a crossroads where I was like, I wanted to join the Air Force and like be in the bomb squad in LAPD, so I was gonna do like,
what the
fuck? I had literally like, I was like, I'm either gonna do this or this, and I was gonna join the Air Force, and I was gonna do EOD, which is explosives ordnance disposal.
Like Hurt Locker,
dude. So this is literally like a year before Hurt Locker.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, this job sounds fucking cool. I'm gonna do this. And like my girlfriend at the time talked me out of it. She's like, please don't do that. You're gonna die. And it was like we're already sending troops to freaking Iraq and stuff. And I for sure would have went. And then the Hurt Locker comes out a year later. I was like, oh shit, that's what I was gonna do. Now I'm just freaking bomb on stage.
No, but did you actually ever go into recruit?
No, so the guy, the Air Force guy that would come to our school, like I would do research.
Like in those like in those fairs, right?
Yeah. He'd come in and then he'd be, anyone interested in the Air Force? I'm like the only person to raise his hand, so he was like really trying to freaking sign me up. And like I wanted to do the Air Force because it was the least amount of like physical training I had to do, like because like the Army you have to do like 15 pull-ups, and the Air Force it's only like 3. I was like, yeah, I can do that. Yeah.
Did you take the ASVAB?
No, that was gonna be my next. Before I even did that, I bounced. I was like, I'm not gonna do this shit.
So I took the ASVAB, and I just took it because it was the school made everybody take the ASVAB. I don't know why. Right. We were just a recruitment center for the Army or whatever. But when it came back, this still holds true. Because you know how they tell you like your skills.
Yeah.
My test came back from mechanical lower. I was lower than the average female. They're like,
Okay.
So
Alright.
you could shoot a gun though, right? Because you're frontline for sure.
Yeah.
I was like, no thanks.
Yeah. Which is the end that hurts people? It's just like,
yeah, whoops, shot myself. Sorry. Don't point it that way. All right, so you saw the Hurt Locker, don't want to do that anymore. So you're like, fuck it, comedy, huh?
Yeah.
So,
I started comedy. I was like 18, and then I just stuck with it. Freaking, what is that? 14 years later.
And so you've been a comic for 14 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. So who got you into comedy?
So it was. I think it was a mix of the MySpace comedy era. So it was like when that came out. So it was like Dane Cook, Daniel Tosh, Pablo Francisco. When comedy kind of came to the internet, that's like when I was like, I just like fell in love with it. And then you get to see the Mitch Hedbergs, and like you start diving into like the older stuff, and you're like, oh man, this is freaking great. And then I was like, because I've always been a funny person. Like I've always been the class clown, and I've always wanted to like. My goal is always to make my teachers laugh. Because like kids, it's like it was so easy to make it. Like you literally just fart. And they freaking lose their minds. Right now. They lose their freaking minds. And I was like, man, this is too easy. Because like no matter how many times I fart, this teacher is not laughing. But then I was like, so that was always my goal, is to like make my teachers laugh. So I was like, it was like the only thing I was like good at.
So how did you get into it? Like, did you go to an open mic?
Oh, right. Yeah. So I took a freaking class.
You took a class? What a nerd.
I know. I was like, I have no idea what to do. When my parents were like, you got to fucking do something. And I was like, all right, well, I was like going to SMC. I was taking like film courses, and I was like, I don't really want to do this either. And then it was in Santa Monica. I took this class. This guy, Greg Dean, he was like a juggler or something, but I have no idea. It was like me and like a few people, and then we did it, and like, but they like force you to go out, like force you to like. I just needed to learn how to write a joke. That's all I really needed. I was like, learn how to write a joke, because like the performance anxiety I don't really have, but like to actual structure a joke, I was like, learn how to do that, and then they force you to go on the Comedy Store.
How do they structure a joke? Like. Because this is what fascinates me, is like, how do people get there? Mm-hmm. So how would you formulate a joke? Like you see an item, and then you're like, how do you turn a situation or like something into a joke? Right.
A lot of it is, the basis of comedy is just a release of tension. So however you can build the tension with like, whether it's a story about growing up, or whether it's like, Seinfeld's like, his whole thing is, what's the deal with this? And he gets all, riled up, and then he releases the tension by saying something that everyone, it's by relating to people. And people are like, yeah, that's right. I do that too. And they go, ugh.
They do go, ugh.
But like, and even, even now, it's like I feel like my comedy's not as structured as probably more people, like other people's, but it's very like very conversational, and very like, that's just kind of, I'm very much myself on stage as I am off. A lot of people like turn it on and turn it off. Yeah. Like you see them and they're like, I mean, like freaking Larry the Cable Guy is freaking, you talk to him off stage, it's like, hey, what's up, guys?
But on stage, he's all like, well, hey, he's fucking Mater.
Oh,
he's still Mater.
He has like, comedians always give him like so much props. Like people are like, well, he's not really like that. And really like, no, man, he freaking just like created a character and just is like made freaking hundreds of millions of dollars of doing it. It's freaking smart.
Did you do open mics?
Yeah. I mean, you still kind of do. I haven't done one in a while, but it's a good place to just like get used to saying a joke into a microphone, and then like you record it and you're like, all right, you don't really do it for the reaction, because comics are just brutal people. They're just the saddest people in the world, so they're not gonna laugh. So you can tell if someone does a lot of open mics because they only try to make the other comics laugh, and usually it's like real dark shit. Like I'm too happy-go-lucky for that.
Yeah, I remember my thoughts on comics were they're all like class clowns. They're funny, and then I saw that movie Funny People.
Oh yeah.
And then I was like, oh, this is fucking sad.
Yeah,
man. Like
dude.
They're so sad. Like who hurt you? Like, is that so? Did that happen to you? Like, are you?
Yeah,
Hey,
I would say, yeah.
You have some trauma, or because
it's
every comedian's fucked up.
yeah. I feel like it's even if it's not trauma, it's just the way we process. I think everyone's sensitive.
Yeah.
So it's the way we process things, the way we process like breakups, the way we process everything. It just hurts more. We're just like we're just like these little raw nerves, and then we just show our little freaking tell our little jokes to people.
Was there ever a point where, or not was there a point, but when did you tell a joke or have a set and then you said, I'm a fucking comedian? And what did that feel like?
I think it was I still have my first set on VHS. But I said some joke about I can't even remember it, but I used to eat mayonnaise sandwiches as a kid. Like,
oh, gross.
Dude, I know, just mayonnaise, Wonder Bread, mayonnaise, and like kids would feel. I started noticing that kids like thought I was poor, but like in reality, I just liked mayonnaise sandwiches. I was just a weird fucking kid.
I would eat straight from the can, but that's weird. Yeah. So, or the container, but that's weird. So let's just put it in bread, and we got a sandwich.
So I did. I started like eating. I would eat it extra poor. So because kids would feel so bad for me, they started giving me food. So I just like I would like shake a little bit when I took a bite, and I put like a little bit of dirt on my nose.
Yeah, you fucking pig pen.
Yeah, dude. But yeah, like just I think just. You get like your first laughs, on stage, and then you're okay, I can do this, and like, also like when you start writing jokes that you think are funny, and then you're like, and you don't even, because a lot of times comedians they'll write jokes when they start out, like they're trying to think, well, what do other people think is funny? Yeah. But like the more you do it, the more you're like, I'm gonna write what I think is funny, and then sell them on that, and then. The more you do that and the more you get laughs from that, then you're like, okay, cool. I think I got the hang of this.
Nice. Have you ever bombed on stage?
Oh yeah, dude. Oh yeah, I've eaten shit, dude.
But like movie bomb, like where it gets uncomfortable, or is it like, haha?
Or
there's one person going.
I've never had that, but I've had like just absolutely no one fucking look at me. Well, a lot of times it's like a crazy bar, like and then it's like you can't even freaking like no one's paying attention to you. I did a show at a strip club once, and no one knew there was comedy, and I was the first comedian. So like literally,
what strip club or what city?
Chatsworth.
No.
Yeah, dude. Chatsworth.
I was like, what city in the East is doing comedy in strip club? Chatsworth. Okay.
Yep. Mm-hmm. So. It was like this weird like fundraiser thing for this like stripper that was like stuck in New Orleans, and they like needed like raise money to like get her to get freaking Roxy back home.
And you're like, yeah, that sounds like a great opportunity.
Yeah, it also sounds like a great movie. Get Roxy back home. But like the strip club DJ. So this girl, she's on stage. She's killing it to party like a rock star. She's just killing it. And everyone's like cheering or whatever, and the DJ's like, all right, give it up for Lexus, everybody. And then just switches his voice and goes, and you're comedian Ralph Guerra. And I was just like, what the fuck? You didn't even give me the DJ voice. He just gave me freaking Chad's voice.
Back to Chad. Chad, he's like, Ralph, bring Roxy home. All right,
my
go.
God, dude.
And so you're just there going, so
yeah,
I know you're
on stage. I'm on the stage that they're dancing on. I'm like, I touched the freaking pole and it was all greasy. They didn't even clean the pole for me.
Did someone say, show me your tits?
No, dude. Every guy in there was just, I've never seen just such bewilderment on people's faces. Like the girls were having a great time because they're like, oh, I get to freaking, I don't have to dance or whatever. But like the guys had no fucking clue what was going on.
So did they throw dollars at you or what?
No, man, I didn't even make any fucking money, dude. I didn't do shit.
Did Roxy get home?
Dude, I don't think so. I think she's still stuck. I think she's in a swamp somewhere in freaking Lafayette.
Awesome, man. So where has comedy taken you? Like, what cities have you been to?
Man,
like,
dude.
The coolest cities or like the shittiest of dumps that you've been to?
You've obviously traveled a lot.
No, I have not.
Really?
I've been to like in America. Okay, that's not true. I've driven to like Colorado. Mm-hmm. I've been to New York. Never been to Florida. Never been to DC.
Holy shit.
never been to Philly, been to Chicago, been up the coast.
Yeah.
That's about it, right? So
Do you love Chicago?
I fucking love Chicago.
Dude, every person in
Love
California, when they go to Chicago, they fucking love it.
I mean, it's
great.
I don't know why. Like, honestly, I love it because Lollapalooza's there.
Right.
And I just stay there for, like, in the loop.
Yeah.
And, you know, and I
ride just eat some freaking, some
Giordano's and just, like,
uh-huh.
just get on the loop and go to Wrigleyville, have some beer at the Cubby Bear, and then go watch a Dodger game.
Yeah.
I've been there in summer, been there in winter.
I like it in winter.
Oh, dude.
I carry around a little flask because it's fun. It's fun because I think it's almost necessary to, like, drink some whiskey while you're in the freaking.
Well, you're a sports fan. I went to go see Atlanta versus the Bears on Sunday Night Football, and it was Mike Vick and
wow.
And I don't even know who the Bears were.
Right.
It was -9 degrees.
Oh my gosh.
And talk about cold.
Yeah.
And you I'm assuming you've been there. So So you know, you're walking down Michigan Avenue, and you could hear the and you're like, that's coming, right? And then you see everybody start going into the stores.
Yeah.
Whatever store you're near, you just walk in. So I follow along.
Yeah.
And just walk in, and then you hear.
Yeah.
And the wind is just blowing, and I was like, oh shit, look at that! And everyone's just. I happen to go in a sports store, but there's people in stores everywhere, and then everyone walks out.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, okay. But I got caught in that wind.
Yeah.
And it felt like just razors going through my balls.
Jesus.
Like, and I'm wearing.
Yeah. It just cuts through.
It just cut right through. I'm wearing jeans, first layer from snowboarding, you know, thermal. I double wrapped my legs.
Yeah.
And that the wind just went right through me and like jacket, and I was like, oh, I bought hot chocolate. Whatever.
Yeah.
It became just chocolate. So fast.
It just the wind just took it like a bully.
They had like a Hershey's there in Chicago, and they gave me the hot chocolate, and they just put a bunch of Hershey's like Kisses and stuff.
Oh yeah.
And then when I was done drinking it, it was so cold that the Hershey Kisses were intact.
Oh no.
I was like, okay,
they didn't even melt.
They didn't even melt. Yeah, but so yeah, where have you been? Where has comedy taken you?
As far as like cool cities, like I'll say underrated cities. One of my favorites is probably Wilmington, North Carolina.
Been there.
It's fucking great.
Except that it closes at like 7 p.m.
Yeah, I mean the college bars will stay open.
Yeah,
the college bars will stay open. I did some pretty fun karaoke there.
What's there? A Duke? Is that Duke or no? Winston-Salem's Wake Forest.
Oh yeah.
Duke is
no,
that
it's
Wilmington?
no,
because it's not North Carolina.
Where's North Carolina?
That's UNC. I know this because I should know this. God damn it. Anyways,
but that's where they filmed Dawson's Creek too.
I know, that's where I filmed Dawson's Creek. That's why I was in Wilmington.
Wait, you were in Dawson's Creek?
Yeah.
Dude, I hear about so many people that were in Dawson's Creek.
Yeah, I was in one episode in 2 scenes.
Holy shit!
Yeah,
did you have a speaking part?
No, because it was something for the radio station that I won as a prize, and they sent me to go film Dawson's Creek, and Kevin Williamson, the director, he's like, "Oh, you're that guy from the radio, right?" I was like, "Yeah." And he goes, "Oh, I'm gonna make up a scene for you." I was like, "All right, cool."
Yeah.
So like, I'm in the very first scene. I'm a delivery man.
Oh yeah.
And he's all like, "Don't talk because then I have to pay you."
That's
and
true.
I was like,
"Dude, you gotta sneak it out there."
Yeah. If I would have said like 5 lines or something, then I get my side card.
Yeah.
And then they have to pay like a shit ton of money. But no. So he did a scene for me, which was funny because when I got there, they're like, all right, all the extras go here. And I had my call sheet and everything. And I'm just sitting there. And they're like, is there a Dave Sanchez here? And they were like, yeah. And we had to get there early. Right. We started shooting at like 9, but they had the extras there at 5.
Right.
And it's fucking cold at this time. And they're like, is there a Dave Sanders here? And they're like, yeah, that's me. And he's like, all right, come with me. And you don't have to wait here in this cold fucking area. Yeah. And he took me to the meet.
With all the little goblin people.
Yeah.
Like,
They took me right to the trailers. And they're like, hey, this is Josh Jackson. And then, Katie Holmes. And I was like, oh, fuck yeah. Everyone but Dawson was there. It was fun.
Oh, man.
Yeah, which was cool awesome. At the time because I was a Katie Holmes fan. And
who was it back then?
I know.
Real quick on that note, I tried when I was in El Segundo. They filmed Superbad there while I was there, and I tried to walk on as an extra because they filmed it while we were in class.
Yeah.
And I was like, I tried to walk on, and then I like I just had my book bag, and then I heard action, and then I tried to walk through, and then they yelled cut, because I clearly look like I'm 16 years old. Because, you know, like, extras, like, playing high school, they're fucking 30. I was, like, clearly, like, this kid is not, and they're like, who the fuck is that guy? And I was like,
that guy's too young, get out of here.
I fucking just ran away.
But
yeah.
I got to do that. I got to yell cut in action and stuff.
Oh, that's fucking cool.
Kevin Williamson's like, you want to direct? I was like, nope. And he's like, all right, come here. And then, yeah, but that was a cool thing. But
That's
so
awesome.
Wilmington is underrated.
Wilmington is underrated.
And by the way, a lot of people might know Wilmington from Cape Fear.
Oh, yeah, shit.
That's where the river's at.
Right,
And the bridge and all that shit. So that was cool.
Yeah. Wilmington's great. I mean, I freaking love everywhere in the Pacific Northwest. Seattle, Portland, El Paso, Texas is slept on. That's really cool.
Really?
Yeah, it's slept on.
All I know about El Paso is the Sun Bowl and Khalid.
Yeah.
The singer. That's
and
it.
And
it's a
Cigarettes After Sex, too.
What is that?
Cigarettes After Sex, they're a band.
Okay.
They're who else? It's right next to Juarez. So it's right across. So literally, El Paso is one of the safest cities in the United States, and it's right across from one of the most dangerous cities in the world.
Is it at the drive-ins from El Paso too?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Did you go over to Juarez when you were?
No. Dude, we did the show, and we go to one of the local bars, and the guy who's the promoter who took us, he's like, "Oh, that's so and so's nephew's car." It was like this flat black Land Rover parked in a handicap spot, and we're like, "Oh, okay. So are we going in?" They're like, "Oh yeah, it's cool." And he goes in, and we see all these Cartel dudes. And if you ever seen Cartel dude, basically they'll have like a real shiny like Affliction shirt. They'll have like a very, very folded brim hat, giant belt buckle, like the biggest golden belt buckle you've ever seen in your life. And I told my buddy Sam, I was just like, all right, don't look anyone in the eyes. Fucking don't look at any girls. Just freaking keep your head to the ground. And the promoter goes straight up to this freaking so-and-so's nephew. Was, oh, these are the comedians from the comedy show. And the guy looks at us, and he just goes, let's get him fucking drunk. And I was like, oh, no.
You're like, I'm going to kill somebody tonight, aren't I?
Shit, dude. I'm just, yeah, fast forward, like 2 hours later, I have a gun in some guy's mouth.
Yeah, like, do you want to live? Shoot him. He lives, you live, or you die.
So sorry, mister.
All right, so there's some slept places, slept on places. Wilmington, El Paso. All right, tell me about the dumps, because those are funny. Like
Bristol, Pennsylvania is freaking. It's like you fly into Philly and you're like, oh dude, Philly's cool, and then you get your car and you start driving and you're like, okay, well Philly's gone, and they're like, what's now? And then it's just like Amish country. It's like Amish country, and then it's just like, I mean, we walked into this bar and I swear to God, a record scratched. Like I swear, like full blown record scratch. Like everyone's smoking in the bar, which I forgot you could even do that. Me and my buddy had like floral shirts on. We're just like, oh my God, dude, we have to have one drink. We can't just walk out. We have to have one drink. Everyone was just ugly, bro. I mean, you know what? I don't give a shit. Everyone was ugly in this town. There was one
Pennsylvania.
Yeah, if you're in Bristol, Pennsylvania right now, you're fucking ugly. Look in the mirror, you're ugly. Freaking dude, there's this one girl we saw. We're like, oh man, she's kind of cute. Smiled. Oh gosh. Dude, it was.
Was she a gummer? Or?
No, dude, she had freaking like candy corn teeth.
I'd rather you be a gummer.
Yeah, dude. Like, why are you holding on to those things?
What do you think, it was like meth, or was it just like
Dude,
bad dental hygiene?
I don't know, man. I mean, they're brushing their teeth with freaking cigarettes over there, man. I don't know.
All right, so don't go to Bristol, Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
You were just in Minnesota, right?
Yeah, I was in Minnesota. First time in Minnesota.
Is it true in Minnesota that it gets so cold that they have like underground tunnels and shit? Because all I know from Minnesota is from Last Action Hero. Yeah, that movie sucks.
It's too cold. And like me being from LA, I don't have anything. I don't wear any. Like I don't wear like 3 denim jackets basically.
You're like in a hoodie. And,
hoodie.
You're like, what's up?
Exactly, and it's just like, and everyone knows how to walk in the snow. I don't. Like I feel like I'm just like constantly just sliding, and I just like. I'm just like, oh, I just look like a freaking like a wet cat trying to get from one place to the other. It's like it's too cold. It's too wet.
You're a fucking baby deer trying to walk.
Like baby
woo!
deer out there. And it was kind of crazy. Everything closed early there for sure. Yeah, it was fun. I went to Portland for the first time in January. That was super cool. Did shrooms.
Because it's legal.
Yeah, this audience member's like, after the show, he's like, "Hey, you want some of these?" And I was like, "Sure." And I was like, it's like I'll take shrooms from somebody, you know.
You're not like if it's like a Percocet, you're like, nah.
But
It's Vicodin, you're like, I'm good. Yeah, here's some shrooms. You're like,
you can't put fentanyl in shrooms, right? So I took this handful. Me and the security guard took a handful of shrooms.
The security guard.
Yeah.
He's like, oh,
it's
I'm
a security guard in Portland. You
Yeah.
know? I think he was also a wrestler too, which is great. But dude,
Renaissance man.
Dude, I took these shrooms and I'm just like, I'm in the back and I'm just like looking at these Christmas lights, just like losing my mind. And then they really start kicking in, and right when our Uber picks us up, and our Uber driver had a Tesla. And so you know how it's like the glass, the glass roof and everything.
Yeah.
So it's raining, heavy rain in Portland, and I'm freaking tripping. And so it looks like I'm going in like a slow version of hyperspeed, like because like the rain is hitting it. It's like the lights passing by.
I call it because I don't believe when it rains to use your windshield wipers because they're useless.
Right.
So when the rain,
yes,
I know exactly what you're saying.
Yes.
They go up.
Mm-hmm.
I refer to that as going zoop,
zoop.
Yeah,
zoop.
So you know, and the Janksters know when I say zoop, it's exactly what I'm talking about, and that's exactly what I'm talking about, people.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I was in zoop hyperspeed, and the Uber driver, he looked exactly like he'd be Bruce Wayne. Like he was buff, he had slick back hair, he was a good looking guy, and it was making me laugh so hard because I was just like, I can't believe Batman's driving us. And then the guy's like, is the guy okay? And I was like, I'm fucking tripping, man. And then he kept doing this thing where when he would switch lanes, he would put his arm behind the passenger headrest and he would like look behind and say something. And he just reminded me of like those like NPC like those people in like Universal Studios when you're on a ride and they put their hand to, they're like, all right guys, everyone hold on. And they're like, look out. And I'm just like, ah.
What did he give you? Did he give you like caps and stems, or did he give you chocolates?
The whole thing. It's caps and stems.
Because
I just ate a bunch. I don't know.
Here's why. Like, I love mushrooms, but now we're in this era of microdosing and
right.
chocolates and stuff like that. Here's why I'll never do caps and stems again.
Right. Because
for that reason.
Right.
You're not in control. Like, there's no... One cap and one stem could send you to the moon, or it could barely hit you.
Right.
And now everything is so measured in pills or in chocolates. Yeah. So that's why... And you know, it tells you, all right, eat the whole chocolate bar if you want to go to the moon.
Yeah.
But in caps and stems, you're like, all right, I'll eat, 2 of them, and you could be gone, or they could just say, but it's so much fun.
Yeah, dude, I was like freaking out. Like, I mean, it was good. I was having a good trip. I was having a good trip until I fast forward to my hotel room where I'm like with my shirt off, crying in the mirror, just screaming, "Who are you?"
You see yourself in the mirror. Why are you looking at me? Awesome, man. Well, we have a segment on our show where I want to know what you did for the week. So, man, how was your week?
Week was good, man. So I got back from Minneapolis, and then watched the Oscars, hung out. Moved into a new place in Hollywood. So man, it's been busy and fun.
Moving to Hollywood, look at you, baller.
I'm doing the reverse thing. Usually you move to Hollywood and then you go to Sherman Oaks, but now I'm moving from Sherman Oaks into Hollywood. Nice. Then I'm just gonna leave there and move to small town Virginia.
Go back to Bristol.
Yeah, exactly. Oh no.
Are you moving to Hollywood to get closer to the clubs and stuff like that?
You know, we just found a spot that works, and it's actually a quiet part of Hollywood, which is just the only way I think I would do it. It's like this secluded little area, and it doesn't feel like you're in it. So it's like North Hollywood, not North Hollywood, but the northern part of Hollywood.
It's the 101 underneath it, but like not by the Hollywood
It's
Bowl.
literally that. It's literally under the 101 by the Hollywood Bowl.
Interesting.
Yeah,
I think I know it.
Yeah.
It was funny. I was in North Hollywood this weekend.
Uh-huh.
My girlfriend said, "Hey, we want to go see some friends," and she's like, "Hey, I have to do research for a client. Do you want to come with me?" And I was like, "Sure." She goes, "It's in North Hollywood. It's a show." I was like,
Right.
Whatever." She works with all kinds of different people. She
Right.
works with musicians, writers,
Right.
Production. So I didn't care to ask what the show was that they were researching. We show up to El Portal in North Hollywood, and it says pole dancing. And I was like, okay, let's see what this is about.
Right.
We go in, and it's a whole ass fucking competition for pole dancing.
Wow.
And what did I say, man? These girls are fucking insane.
Dude, yeah.
First, you see, like, the ones that are, like, okay, they're okay.
Yeah.
And by the way, any girl who gets on a pole and spins is amazing to begin with. Because
the core strength.
Exactly. But, like, they're just spinning around and, like, doing the thing where they hold it with their legs and spin. And you're like, okay, it's not, like, for a competition, it's not that great.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden they're like, no, we're announcing the championship round. And I was like, oh, I didn't know there was qualifiers.
Yeah, they were sandbagging.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude. These girls start coming and, like, jumping the poles and flipping, and then they have this tandem one. It was crazy.
Did they do the thing where they walked on the roof or the ceiling? They climb all the way to the top, and then they flip upside down, and then they, like, walk on the ceiling.
No, I didn't see that. No, but they had this one girl was just like it was a doubles, and they were so in unison that this girl was holding the other girl and spinning at the same time, and you just see all her muscles.
Wow.
Just it was wild, and of course then all the rest of the pole dancers are in the audience.
Yeah.
So it was quite the sight, and I was like, what are you researching?
Yeah.
And they're like, we're researching the audience. I was like, oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Sure. Well, I'm here for 2 hours, so let's check it out. So that was quite the Saturday night.
Wow, man. That's freaking props to your girlfriend, man.
I know. It was. I was like, finally, work that.
Yeah.
I'm happy to be a supportive
Yeah.
to help you in your research.
Exactly.
All right. So let's talk about what's happening in the news. You mentioned you saw the Oscars.
Yeah, man.
What did you think?
I'm so good at calling it. Like I just have like a sixth sense of like they're gonna win this, and then they have to give it to this person, and then I liked it. I think Jimmy Kimmel did a good job.
His jokes, I think, were spot on, funny, and not mean.
Yeah, it was perfect
for this one.
Yeah, because I think everyone is just on edge on this one.
Yeah,
and everyone was on edge, and it really felt like it was like the redemption Oscars.
Kind of, yeah.
Where it's like you're having certain people win, and you're just like, oh man, you're like rooting for certain people, and it's like it was pretty great.
Did you see Everything Everywhere All at Once?
Yes.
And would you say like it was the best movie of the year?
Yeah,
I mean, out of that group, obviously, I didn't see all those movies because
Which one were they? It was Everything Everywhere All at Once, the Banshees of Inisherin.
Yeah, didn't see that because that looks fucking slow and sad.
It looks slow, man.
It looks slow and sad. I'm sure it's a good movie.
I love Colin Farrell and I love Barry Keoghan and all of those guys, but
I was like, where did I see that dude before? I was like, oh, and another slow and sad movie, The Eternals. Yes.
Oh yeah, and he's Joker. He's the Joker in the Batman.
Is he really?
Yeah, he's Joker.
He was the one in that the scene where he's
like,
take a smile from my face.
That's him. Yeah, right. But he's in a lot of slow, sad movies. Yeah, he's perfect for that version of Batman.
Yeah, and I don't know if I could listen to 2 hours of Colin Farrell, right? Yeah.
Farrell, yeah.
Going,
you never know about that, do you?
Yeah, but speaking of the Oscars, they talked a lot about fighting and stuff like that.
Right.
Then Chris Rock had a special.
Right.
Yeah. Did you happen to see that?
I haven't. I don't watch a lot of comedy. I really don't. I feel like
I don't watch comedy.
Yeah.
Don't ask about the specials that were released then.
No, but I mean, obviously, like everyone talks about certain specials, like you just can't escape. Like everyone's going to talk about it. I watched some clips of it, and I saw him address the Will Smith thing, and and all that, and everyone seems to be like, people are very opinionated on this one. I guess as all specialists, everyone's going to be very opinionated, but about the because that's kind of the whole theme was kind of talking about like the woke culture, right?
What was it? What was the special called? I should know.
It was called Selective Outrage.
Okay. Selective Outrage is what Chris Rock, and yeah, I guess it's about woke culture and stuff like that. But no one cared about that because they just wanted to hear him talk about Will Smith.
Yes.
And I did not see the special. Neither did you, right? Mm-hmm. But out of all places, I was watching because it was on a Saturday night. Was it Saturday before the Oscars or the week prior? Right?
Yes, yeah.
It was the week prior. So I'm watching before SNL. I'm watching the news, and they go, "Oh, Chris Rock had a special today. Here's what he had to say about Will Smith." And then they go on to proceed to play like the whole punchline and jokes and everything. Yeah. And then I saw it and I was like,
yeah,
that's it, huh?
Yeah.
Cool. His big comeback was because they asked him, "Why didn't you fight back?" And he goes, "Because I have parents."
Oh yeah.
And I was like, that's not, I think, like the flex you think it is. Like,
yeah.
Like, I don't know, man. And then he dropped the mic, and I was like,
oh yeah.
Not drop the mic worthy, but all right, go for it, Chris. Like,
yeah, he's like, I feel like he's just gonna drop the mic at what, like anything at this point.
Yeah, man, but that was I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Let me know.
It's it's a weird kind of era we live in, because it's a lot of older comedians that are kind of that aren't into like the whole woke and PC culture, and I get it, but like those people are always, their fans are already built in. Yeah. They're going to be able to sell whatever theater they want, then whatever.
Yeah, Joey Diaz can say whatever he wants. Yeah. Nothing's going to happen.
Nothing's going to happen. Yeah. So
Bill Burr just says what he wants.
Exactly.
Joe Rogan, all those dudes, they're fine.
Everybody's the other thing. Yeah. So, like, for me, no one who knows who the fuck I am, so I have to play, I have to adapt. I have to change. I have to be like this. So I don't have the luxury of fighting back against it. I'm like, I either go with the flow or I get freaking left behind.
Do you do racial jokes?
No. I used to.
Yeah.
I used to love doing voices. That was a thing. Like, I would do voices of everything, and then now it's like, oh no, you can't. And I'm like, okay, all right. They're like, yeah, but you can do Latino voices, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. I'll do those still then. So
I was gonna ask, like, what's scarier, like the racial thing or the gay thing? Because those were the butts of all jokes. Like, I remember going to comedy clubs.
Oh, yeah.
And it was always like, oh, interracial couple. Blah, attack them.
Yeah.
You know,
all the
stereotype.
Yeah. All the hacky freaking, it would be a black and an Asian person. Where'd you guys meet? The DMV? Like, you know,
I would laugh at that joke.
Of course, yeah. But like,
I'd be like, "Ha, silly! Like that guy's not going to the DMV."
Right. But it also depends where you're telling the joke. Like when I do shows in like
Chatsworth,
in freaking in the South, I can say whatever the fuck I want. Like no one cares. But I have a different set if I'm in Alabama, or if I'm in New York or LA. Those are completely different sets. And
does your voice change when you do those sets?
Only because I'm a little scared to be in Alabama, but it's just a little higher. And
you're like, hello, good evening. My name is Ralph Guerra.
Yeah, no. My
name is Ralph Guerra.
Yeah. No, I like to play into it. I like to be. I like play into it being like this freaking liberal guy from Los Angeles, and like I'll make fun of myself just as much as I'll make fun of them.
Yeah,
which is what they like. I remember one guy was like, for a Democrat, you are pretty funny. And I'm like, okay. I mean, I didn't even tell you I was, but no, I could tell. Look at your jeans. I'm like, all right.
So you looking at my dick, dude?
Yeah, dude. Fuck? It's a weird way of saying you're looking at my dick.
I know.
Take my eyes off your jeans.
You were talking about going to El Paso and seeing the Cartel's son in the strip club. Did you see the story of the 4 Americans who were kidnapped by a cartel?
No.
So they were kidnapped, and goddamn, I wish I would have known. I could have read the story. They were kidnapped. 2 of them were killed.
Okay.
And then they were released. Right, 2 of them were released. So they watched their friends get killed.
Whoa.
Cartel style. 4
I wonder how they chose.
For I don't even want to know.
Yeah, how'd they choose?
Yeah. But then the U.S. government got a letter and 2 guys from the cartel. The letter was the cartel apologizing for killing Americans. And they say the cartel does not stand for that.
Yeah.
So here are the 2 people who did it. That let them face justice.
Wow. The cartel is like,
what the fuck, dude? Like, huh? Like,
oh man.
This is
How did they
wild.
sign it at the bottom? They just go,
XOXO.
XOXO, the cartel.
The cartel. Yeah, but because now I guess there was like some people are like, we need to go to war with the cartel, and Mexico's like, chill, you're not going to war with the cartel.
Yeah,
Stop.
they're like,
and even our government's like, no, we're not. Stop.
Yeah. We don't. Listen, we've watched Breaking Bad. Okay, we're not gonna get into that.
We watched Traffic.
Yeah,
like
Traffic.
Like, yeah, but that was that thing. Do you have a hydro flask, like, or that type of bottle?
I have a Nalgene I use.
A Nalgene.
A Nalgene. It's like the white trash version of that. It's just yeah, it's not. It's just a reusable water bottle.
All right. Well, let me ask you this: how many times do you wash it a week?
I probably wash it every 4 or 5 days. Here's the thing: I wash it whenever I get a funky smell.
A funky smell. All right,
funky
cool.
smell is like, all right, I gotta wash this.
Yeah,
thing out.
I have a hydro. I love hydro flask, and I do the same thing where it's like we drink water from it so much. I have it filtered water, so I'm putting nothing but filtered water in it. And then once it gets that like metally, tingy taste, I'm like, all right, time to go in the dishwasher because I want that shit. I'm not hand washing it myself. I want that shit. You know, as hot as it can be. Let's wash it. Let's get it out. All right. Well, I came across this study that says reusable water bottles contain more bacteria than toilet seats. It is a recent study from waterfilterguru.com, so you know it's legit.
Which toilet seats are we talking, though?
Yeah.
Because if it's a Chick-fil-A toilet seat, that's going to be pretty clean.
Yeah.
But if it's an Arby's toilet seat, I mean, that's seen some demons.
Ooh. Waterfilterguru.com found reusable bottles can contain 40,000 more bacteria than a toilet seat. Man. Researchers swabbed different water bottles with different lids and found 2 kinds of bacteria. One, which can cause antibiotic-resistant infections, and another that can cause stomach issues. Yeah, we know about that one.
Okay. Yeah.
Compared to other household items, bottles contained twice as many germs as the kitchen sink, 14 times more than the pet's drinking bowl. Experts recommend washing bottles once a day with soapy water and sanitizing it once a week.
What does sanitizing it mean?
I don't know, like an hand sanitizer?
I know. I was like, wait, soapy water? I thought soapy water is sanitizing it.
Yeah, but so essentially, we're drinking out of shit that's worse than our dog, and that's full of shit, dude. I've seen my dog's dog bowl.
Yeah, dude.
Food in there.
Yeah,
it's
dude.
fucking nasty. Like,
yeah, these freaking nerds don't know shit. I'm drinking out of that. Now I'm never gonna clean it just to freaking prove a point.
All right, man. Well, how about this segment? It's called "Do You Want to Hear This Story?" Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to read you a headline. And I want you to read part of a headline. Okay. And I want you to tell me if you want to hear this story.
Oh, no.
If you don't, we'll move on to the next thing. Okay. If you do, I'll read the story. Oh, simple as that. The story starts off, legs, skull, found in fridge.
Oh, yeah. I want to read that. Absolutely.
All right. Here's the full headline.
Have you seen my Netflix freaking recommended for you?
No, it's all
it's just
murder and...
Yeah, it's just murder and mayhem and blood and who did it and freaking...
All right. Here's the full story. Leg, skull, found in fridge, and soup pot belong to model Abby Choi.
Whoa, Abby, what are you doing?
All right, DNA test has confirmed that human legs found inside a refrigerator and a skull removed from a cooking pot in a home in Hong Kong belong to butchered fashion model Abby Choi. The glamorous 28-year-old influencer's dismembered body parts were discovered in a house in the village of Lung Mei Zun. I'm sure I said that correctly. That was rented by Choi's former father-in-law. A person familiar with the matter told the South China Morning Post. A large hole in the back of the skull is where the married mother of 4 was struck last month during the fatal attack. which allegedly occurred in a dispute over money, according to officials. The search for Choi's torso and hands is ongoing after more than 100 police officers scoured a landfill but failed to locate them.
I love that there's 100 police officers that are like, I gotta find this model's clothes.
Oh my god. The chilling revelations came as a seventh person, an unnamed 29-year-old woman, has been arrested in connection with Choi's savage murder and dismemberment.
Wow.
Dude, I don't even want to. I don't even want to read the story. I should have probably read the story. I just saw the headline. I was like, this is interesting. But this is like Crazy Rich Asian, but murdered. Like, dude.
That's going to be on Netflix in probably 2 weeks.
What do you think is going through someone's head when they're like, time to saw off a hand, saw off a fucking head?
Man, I don't even like seeing any type of blood. I'll watch. It's so funny. I'll watch it if like Netflix is giving it to me. But if I like see like if I get a paper cut, I freak out. Like I can't handle it.
Do you when you draw blood, like when you get blood tests, do you get dizzy when they prick your finger for the?
Dude, I pretend like I'm the toughest guy in the world, but on the inside, I was a kid that could not take a shot, like, not alcohol, but I could take a shot of tequila when I was like 6. No, but I couldn't handle getting a shot. I would literally hold on to the chair and like scream, and like they'd have to like hold me down, and like my mom would have to freaking bribe me with McDonald's. Like it was a whole thing.
Oh man, the last time I didn't give blood. I got a blood test. They pricked me, and I was like, like I'm gonna fall. They're like, oh god damn it, this guy. Like this fucking dude. Yeah. So then they just pull the. But it's funny because the blood prick was somehow worse than them drawing blood.
Right.
I don't know. I was like, that didn't bother me, but the little prick, I was like,
yeah,
like,
yeah. That's funny.
You ready for some
fast stories about fast food?
That's my jingle for a quick little story about food. Because why not talk about food after talking about a dismembered body?
Yeah.
All right. Insomnia Cookies debut mocktail-inspired collection. This spring, enjoy a new mocktail-inspired lineup from Insomnia Cookies. You familiar with them?
Are those weed cookies?
No. They're literally giant fat cookies.
Oh.
They used to be in New York. Now they're everywhere.
Yes. I've had them.
Yeah. They're delicious.
Yeah.
All right. The new flavors include pina colada, limoncello, and espresso martini. All cookies contain 0% alcohol. What's the point?
Yeah.
And pina colada cookies can be used to make a cookie witch with vanilla ice cream. They're available until March 19th. So by the time you hear this, they're gone. So yay!
Yay!
Good, because no one wants those if there's no alcohol in them.
Yeah, dude. That'd be so fun to get drunk off of cookies.
I mean, but there's alcohol in like rum cake, and no one's getting shit-faced from rum cake.
Yeah. Oh, I knew a guy.
Fast stories about fast food.
Coors Light releases limited edition beer-flavored popsicle.
Oh, hell yeah.
All right, keep cool during March Madness with a beer-flavored ice cream treat. Coors Light is releasing a non-alcoholic icicle. What the fuck is going on here? In time for the 2023 NCAA tournament. The limited edition Coors Icicle will be available through Coors Light online store, and you can enter to win a package at CoorsLight.com/Coorsicles.
Coorsicles.
The 100 winners will be announced April 4th after the final whistle of the championship game. What the fuck is the point of having Coors Light ice cream if it's going to be non-alcoholic?
I know. You know what I like doing? I like leaving a Coors Light in the freaking... I like to get those mountains so blue, so I'll leave them in a freezer, and I'm already drunk, so I'll forget about it. And then I got my own freaking alcoholic freaking Coorsicle my own.
Yeah, I mean, does it really freeze?
Yeah, oh yeah. Oh yeah, you live in the freezer? Yeah. I used to get obsessed with trying to get the mountains so fucking blue.
So blue. All right.
Fast stories about fast food.
Oh, I've seen this.
Is this something you would try?
Hell no.
U.S. ice cream chain Van Leeuwen Ice Cream always knows how to surprise us with their outlandish ice cream creations. Previously, they've had the Idaho potatoes on a melted shaken fries flavored ice cream, and also launched some common seasonings early this year, including the peanut butter brownie honeycomb, not bad, champagne, all right, and chocolate covered strawberry.
All right, that's all right.
All right. Well, to celebrate National Ranch Day, Van Leeuwen Ice Cream has tapped Hidden Valley Ranch for a savory ranch-flavored edition of its frozen staple. Although not everyone might want to indulge in a dipping sauce-inspired sweets, this collaboration makes room for everyone's... Nah, I'm not gonna say that. All right. If you want to try the Van Leeuwen Hidden Valley Ranch ice cream, it's at Walmart.
Of course it's at Walmart. It's the only place that should have it. Those are the only people that celebrate Ranch Day anyway.
When the fuck is Ranch Day? It doesn't even say.
Dude, cut open anyone in a Walmart, the freaking bleeding ranch anyway.
Yeah, but it starts from March 20th, and it's retailing at $4.98.
Wow.
Not even $5.
Yeah.
$4.98 USD.
Because you know the people at Walmart are like, hey, we get ranch ice cream for under $5, honey.
But look at it, like...
Oh, God, it really looks like ranch ice cream, too.
Dude, I think I have to try this.
No, dude.
It's French ice cream, though.
No, I don't... Dude, I think... dude. I mean, I want to see you try it, because, like, I gotta know someone that's tried it, but my goodness.
Oh. And finally...
Fast stories about fast food.
KFC has brought back a legend nearly after a decade that it went away. If you go to KFC right now, you could try the KFC Double Down.
Oh, man.
Have you ever tried this?
I remember I tried it when it came out when I was super high, and it was pretty life-changing.
All right. So what's a Double Down? It's a sandwich, but it uses 2 fried chicken fillets as the bun. And in between, there's 2 slices of cheese, bacon, and a choice of mayo or spice sauce. The Double Down made its debut in 2010 and has sold more than 10 million sandwiches. Despite that, the chain said that back then the sales of the sandwich were immaterial. And analysts said the Double Down sales were below expectations. But the Double Down generated more buzz than any test market item in KFC history.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, my God.
I mean, it's their freaking McRib, I guess.
No, look at that thing, though. It looks... that's like a heart attack waiting to happen. Now, would you try this?
Yes. Oh, yeah. I'll try this. I'll try a Double Down all day.
All right. I think once we hit stop, we should go get a Double Down.
Yeah, let's get a freaking Double Down.
Let's go get a Double Down and Double Down with the Double Down.
Oh, man.
Is there like a quadruple down?
Yeah, dude.
And then it's called Man Down because we're going to have a fucking heart attack right after.
Just dip it into some ranch ice cream.
Oh, actually, ranch might be good on this.
See, yeah. So that now we're talking.
Yeah. Awesome, man. Well, Ralph, if people want to check you out and check out your comedy, where can they find you on social?
Find me at Save Ralph Guerra. And that's for that's my handle on everything. So
and that's Guerra.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So at Save Ralph Guerra, and where are you performing?
I'm gonna be at Industrious in Hollywood on Friday, and then I'm going to Buffalo perform at the Helium, that's gonna be great because people in Buffalo are. They like to party, so...
Yeah, the Bills Mafia looks fun.
Dude, I'm going to go through some tables.
Is it still, like, covered in snow, Buffalo? Are you going to have to look like Ralph from the Christmas Story?
I'm going to look like freaking, what's his name? The guy in Cool Runnings when he gets off the plane in Calgary, and he's just, like, covered in all that shit. That's really me.
Awesome. Any other local dates?
Man, and then after that, I'm going to freaking Austin. But if you follow me on Instagram, I'll post all the local dates and get you guys free tickets and all that.
Yeah, because we got free tickets. Nah, man, they got to support you, dude. No fucking free tickets. No freebies here.
Especially, maybe if you're in Bristol, Pennsylvania, I'll give you a free ticket because I feel so bad because you're so ugly.
All right, Ralph. Well, thanks so much for joining me today, man.
Thanks for having me.
Hope you had fun. And as we end every show... As I end every episode, goodbye, Janksters. See you next week. Squish. Say squish, Ralph. Squish.